Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you the Wind Druid in a budget variant, and let's get right into the skills for that. I have 1 point into Arctic Blast, 20 into Cyclone Armor, 20 into Twister, 20 into Tornado, which will be one of your main damage dealing skills, and 20 into Hurricane, which will also be running during your Tornado casting. I have nothing into Shapeshifting. Then I have 1 point into Raven and Spirit Wolf, also 1 point into Direwolf to get to Summon Grizzly, and I have the rest of my points into Oak Sage to boost up my life. Going over the gear, I have a Spirit in a Crystal Sword, a Lore Helmet, a rare amulet with Druid skills and all resistances, a Spirit in a Monarch Shield, a Smoke Armor, 30% faster run Walk Boots, a rare ring with 10% faster cast rate and 8 to lightning resist, a rare belt with life, fire resist and poison resist, and a rare ring again with 10 faster cast rate and 8 lightning resist, and Travincal gloves for the faster cast rate. All that faster cast rate brings us to 100%, which is, I think 105 is a breakpoint. Need to look that up. Always need to look up breakpoints. I can't remember them all. It's 99 faster cast rate for 11 frames. So pretty good if you have the option of wearing Travincal gloves. If you don't, then the next breakpoint would be 68 FCR for 12 frames. So that's not bad at all. So if you don't have Travincal gloves or Mage Fist, then it's fine for now. For the stats, I have enough strength to equip my Spirit Monarch and the rest of my gear, and the rest of the points put into Vitality. As you can see, our fire resistance is pretty low because we're using dual Spirit, and the resistances from the shield are very nice, but there's no fire resistance on it, unfortunately. So keep that in mind. If you need more fire resistance, maybe look out for faster cast ring with plus fire resistance, or just take one off and take a ring on with fire resistance, because we would still have 100% faster cast rate. Also for the Mercenary, I am using an Insight and a Poleaxe, Might Mercenary to boost up his damage and the damage from my summons if I want to use them. I will maybe only use the Grizzly to tank something, and he does not do a lot of damage because he's only with skills around level 7. But it boosts up the Mercenary's damage a bit. You can only always go with a Holy Freeze Mercenary as well to give you more safety. But since we're using Hurricane, everything in our vicinity is frozen anyways, or is affected by the cold damage from Hurricane. Also, the Mercenary has a Treachery in his body armor and a Tarasha's Mask in his helmet for the lifesteal and all rest. So moving over to some gameplay, we can do Eldritch and Shenk here first. After the long Act 5 loading screen, we will cast our Cyclone Armor, which gives us a nice protection from elemental damage, and cast your Hurricane, and also cast your Oak Sage and your Grizzly to protect you. Then you simply just walk up to the monsters and cast your Tornado. Sometimes it's a bit awkward in terms of aiming the Tornado, but for the most part it works pretty well. So as you can see, it's not the most amazing damage in this budget variant, but it's a pretty safe build, even though you are right in the face of the monsters. And here these are cold immune, so they don't get damage from the Hurricane. You still manage pretty fine with your Tornado. Tornado is physical damage, and there are less monsters immune to physical damage normally, so it's nice to have two sources of elemental damage. Yeah, that was Eldritch and Shenk, and let's see how we do in the cow level. So for the cow level, we need to be a bit more careful, and of course we spawn right at the Cow King, and this is something that you have to keep in mind. The cow level portal spawns randomly in the cow level, and you could end up spawning right here, right where the cow king is. And already we dropped something. I think this is dang goons, not very good, but you can see you can farm the cow king as well, because with Diablo 2 Resurrected there is no restriction on farming the cow king. Before in Diablo 2, a lot of destruction. If you killed the cow king, you weren't able to ever open the cow level again with this character. But they changed that, so that's pretty nice. And the cow king has really good drop tables. So I should concentrate a little bit on the killing of the cows. And also your mercenary will take a lot of damage, so make sure that you throw him a health pot every now and again. And make sure your hurricane is up. You can see the oak sage died, and sometimes it will get right up to the monsters and it does not have much life or defenses, so keep that in mind. But if you are a bit careful, you will do just fine here in the cow level. It's not the fastest build on a budget or not, even if you have more gear. Yes, your damage will scale pretty okay, but in my experience is not so fast. And sometimes I feel like I'm not hitting with the tornadoes like I thought I would. So I'm not the best Hurricane Wind Druid player, so please excuse that. I try my best here just to show you a little bit of a budget build that can perform pretty well on the cow level. So that's basically the idea. I would recommend doing small groups to not get overwhelmed, and try to position yourself that not too many cows are able to hit you. But it's a pretty safe build, and we can even do Travincal with it, so let's take a look at that. So let's see how this build performs on Travincal. Let's buff up and get our summons. If this were the patch 2.4 already, then we could also have our wolves with us in addition to the grizzly bear, but this is on live and not on patch 2.4 yet. I also have a teleport staff in my second weapon slot to teleport up to the council. Oh, I need to change the weapon. And for this I like to be a bit more careful and try to get them outside and not all council members at once. But as you can see, if you get the positioning right for the tornado, then you do pretty good damage. And be careful of curses, it can hurt. And recast Hurricane. And sometimes the council can spawn with physical immunity, which is unfortunate. And you just have to see if you have enough cold damage from Hurricane, or if you need to maybe reset and leave the game and start from beginning. But for the most part, you will have the opportunity, even with this budget build, to farm the council if you're a bit careful. So that is the Wind Druid in a budget variant. A really solid choice also for ladder start, because you can farm many areas because of your dual elemental damage, or more like a cold damage variant, and also a physical damage addition. So you have physical and cold damage, which helps you in a lot of areas, because most of the time the monsters are immune to one type and sometimes two types, but you can alleviate that. with having 2 types of damage. And if you are getting your hands on a Reaper's Toll for your Mercenary, that's even better because the Crapify proc from Reaper's Toll removes physical immunities. That being said, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, if you had any value out of it, leave a like and consider subscribing. I will be making more budget build videos in the future. Until then, good luck, have fun, and goodbye.